this is Laura and welcome to GroovyRoo. Yes, you cannot see my face still. Today we have a haul, oh my god. Oof. Today we have a haul / try on of our supplies from HEMA. If you don't know what HEMA is like a flying tiger, but this one is based in the Netherlands, so it's a Dutch company. So they recently opened here in Vienna. We didn't had this kind of idea of this store, but I fell in love the moment I get in, and I went there and got some things. And this time I have my receipt, because the last time I was such a bad YouTuber and I couldn't tell you the prices of the things. So, but this time I have the prices. So, I got a sketchbook. This one I got it from the kids section because the one for adults, the paper wasn't thick enough, and this one is an A3. As you can see, it's 120 grams, which is really nice that they already specified this kind of things. Nothing too fancy to say about this. I think the good thing about this is the fact that you can use it twice, and you can actually rip the paper out, because you can see the small dots. That means that you can just take out your paper. The other thing I decided to get from HEMA, this one was €3. And the other things I decided to get from HEMA, because you know, Tiger has also color pencils, but I wasn't feeling it. So perhaps hit me in the comments if you want me to try the color pencils and the other lines of markers they have. This time I went to get some set of color pencils and a set of writing pens. Just the same as the ones from Tiger. These ones are completely closed, so let's just try to open them. The set of color pencils were, let me see how much it was. According to this was, I'm really bad. Okay, I cannot find the price of this thing, so I'm going to open it. I will say it was like €5, so let's just open this. Whee! Same system of the ones from Tiger. They come like this, so you already have your stuff. Don't worry, we're going to swatch all this. Try to be careful when you open this kind of things. You can wrap this one off, but then I will just destroy it. So these ones were €2 in fact, and these ones were €1.50 it seems. Don't recall me on that. Then I got a sharpener, and this sharpener was I think was quite cheap. It was 50 cents in fact. I got 3 different sharpeners. So this one was the most expensive one, and this one was, I think, €5. Yeah. Yes. I think this one is called. Yep. This one was like. I'm very bad at this. So this one was €1. I have all this stuff, so let's just take all this stuff. This one was 50 cents, as you can see. I just got all of them because I wanted to try. This one was 50 cents. This one was €1. And this one was, I think, €1 too. This was 50 cents, and €1. Yes, 50 cents, and €1. That's how it is. Then I got this permanent market, and the good thing about this, or at least what it caught my attention, was the fact that it comes with 3 different sizes. So you can actually, this one was, how much it was? Let me see. Marker. Okay, I cannot do this. I'm just going to put the prices on the description box. You can get 2 of the same ones, I think 2 or 1 millimeter, and you can get 0.5 millimeters, and you can get 2 millimeters. So I think probably those will be pretty handy to outline your art. So I'm just going to put it there. Then I went and got this duo fine liner. You have this really thick one in one side, and you have this really like calligraphy kind of style tip. So let's just try those. They come in different colors. Most of them, they are like how is this called, very neon colors, so perhaps you can try those and you will like it. I got this set of pencils and they were only $1 if I remember, because I tried to grab the cheapest ones that they have, because this is like trying art supplies on a budget. So this doesn't bring any eraser on the top, so that's the main reason why I got this one. So this one, I think it was €1 or 50 cents. I just think most of these things are really cheap. At least the sharpeners, the pencils, and the erasers. I cannot open this. This is like dummy proof. So let's just, if I do it like this, let's just go out. Okay. I already see something I don't like. This is soft eraser, but it has this already, how is it called? I already put all the information about the eraser here. I don't know if I like that. I will prefer that it to have a cover made of cardboard or whatever, or paper. Probably they just do it like this to make it cheaper. But as you see in the last video, we can get 3 erasers for $1 in Tiger. So, and this one was 50 cents. So it just depends on whether you think it's better. This sharpener, you can open it. As you can see, you can put all the residue in here. And I think you can just actually push this thing out. Oh yeah, look, there you have it. I don't think you can replace it with this one. I don't think they mix together. So this is just kind of sad in that regard. If they sell the other piece, probably would be nice. Besides that, I got a pencil case, as you can see, and this pencil case wasn't expensive either. I think it was like €3, and it says "Dip It," and I thought it was really cute because it looks like sprinkles, but they are just kind of things that you put in ice cream. I don't know, I like sprinkles for ice cream. So those are all the stuff I got from HEMA. So now we are going to try out all this. First, we're going to swatch everything. Let's just put all this in this area. We're going to swatch everything in our sketchbook. We're going to open the sketchbook. There it goes. And we are going to start with the markers. So swatch all of them, I can say something. First, the plastic of the markers doesn't match the color that comes out. They're very inconsistent. Some of them they're lighter, some of them are darker. So that's kind of a shame. But again, this, I think they're supposed to be made for kids. I'm not sure. They were in the stationery section, so I'm not sure if they're made for kids or are just like this for some reason. That's one of the things that kind of is just not very impressive about it, but they seem to be holding okay-ish. The yellow doesn't look that yellow for me. It looks really like watery. I don't know if these ones are water-based ones because it doesn't have any kind of further instructions or ingredients on it. So I don't know if I will give this one to your kids So just keep that one in mind if you want to buy this kind of things for your kids. If you want to buy it for yourself and to try it out and to do some art with it, we are going to go into that part a little bit later, just to try out with what different things we can do with it and how they will behave. Now let's just try the crayons. Well, not the crayons, the color pencils. Let's just try the color pencils and let's just see how they behave. The color pencils show the same problem that the pens were having, like the markers. But with the only difference is that these ones are so cheaply made that you need to push them very hard to be able to get all the pigment that you want for doing your illustration. So probably if you work with watercolors, they will do the job for you, but I don't see it working for me, at least. So I'm just going to put those away in here. I like the packaging though. I think they're pretty nice back. So, and same problem with the markers. It doesn't say what ingredients it has, so I don't know if they will be very suitable for give it to kids, because you know how kids are. So those are two quite disappointment things. Now we are going to try the pen. I'm going to write my name. They seem very soft. They seem to be working properly. So now let's just see what happens once I do this. So there it goes. Well, it didn't break, which is nice. It's really fully sharp. That's a good one about the metal things. Good thing. Now let's just try with the plastic one. I really dislike that sound. It feels very like cheap. But again, it's pretty cheap. Look, is like the metal one is better than the plastic one, but I already knew that. Look how the tip is stroked against the paper and leaves two different kinds of shades. I don't like it. I think it's not good at all. Now let's just try this fancy one. I think this one you cannot remove it. No, you cannot remove it. This fancy one, because it's like more design, but let's just see if it really works. Okay. I already see that some part of my pencil just fell apart when I took it out. It looks like a needle. It feels like a needle. Let's just see. Okay, this one seems to be working pretty nicely. Okay. So now we're going to do something more. From these three sharpeners, I will totally recommend those two. This one, please don't buy it. Really not nice at all. It would be nicer if I can replace this thing and put the metal one inside this container, but it seems it's not possible. So really sad, but that's how life is. So now we get the eraser. So let's just see if it doesn't bleed or do anything horrible to my paper. Now I'm just trying to do it with normal pressure. It says that it's an extra soft pencil eraser. It's really specific, but it doesn't feel soft against the paper. It feels very sandy, like sandpaper touching my paper. It didn't fully erase everything. So, and I'm still doing more effort and it's still there. And like the grains that are coming out of it, is not very nicely made. Again, this is the quality you're getting for your price. But against Tiger is winning in this showdown. Not a very nice eraser. Pencil, okay. Now we are going to try the pens, the permanent markers. This is something that scares me, and at the same thing, it makes me excited. If you saw the last video, you know how disappointed I am with the ones from Tiger. They were pretty sad. So hopefully these ones will be better. So let's just try to do something with it. This one is the 5mm one. I don't see any bleeding, only here. So let's just try the 2mm. That's what it says. This one is this kind of one. I'm not very fan of this, but some people like it to do some calligraphy and whatever. As you can see, I don't use this thing. Let's just try the one. I think it feels nice against the paper, but this stinks. Like, it really has a smell. I don't know if I like that. So now let's just try the dual liner. You can see the ink against the permanent markers are really light, and you can see when you stroke it, you leave like a line of it behind you. I don't know if that's a good sign. This other side feels way better, but it has the same problem because it comes from the ink comes from the same marker. So you can see I made like a small sketch. I use the permanent markers. I have a love-hate relationship with them. The eraser, in fact, kind of work, even though I already did the outlines with my pencil, and then I outline everything with my permanent marker, and I erase the lines with my pencil eraser. Like I said, it still feels very grainy, but it did the job, and they didn't move my ink from my paper, which is a good sign. That's another thing that I really dislike about it. It was the fact that I still seem to look, if you really can look at it, all the bleed, drying, like you stroke it and there's some parts still where you can see how it bleeds. Different, like it's not a consistent kind of stroke, and that's what bothers me about this permanent markers. When it's bothering me now against the markers itself, all of them has a really weird smell that I cannot put together. It's just no, like that smell is as a no-no, and I will not give that to my kids at all. Only because of that smell. I'm too afraid that it has something toxic in it. So that's perhaps the reason why they do it, for make it cheaper. When it comes with my color pencils feel like those kind of color pencils, they come with different kinds of cartoons, and this kind of packs made by Chinese manufacturers. But at least those, you know, they're sucky, and you're buying it knowing that they're sucky. These ones, look, I'm trying my best to make the pigment to come out, and it comes out very grainy. I can't do this. Look, it's just leaving, like, even the stroke in the color pencil has different textures when I put it on my paper. So this is really disappointing. Let's just try to sharpen the thing. Perhaps it's just me. Oh, no, it wasn't me. This thing is broken. It's just sad. Let's just try to sharpen with the other one. Probably. Okay, look what I got, and it's already broken. So please don't buy this. This is shit. And it's really sad to see that you can get really like cheap art supplies but still being sucky. If you want to get something from HEMA, I will recommend probably the pencils. They look pretty saturated. You're getting what you're paying for is a pack of, I think, even 50 cents or a buck. I'm not sure completely how much I pay for this. These markers are like, they could be better, but they aren't. When it comes to the color pencils, you can see how they break. This is just disappointing and a complete different levels. When it comes of the permanent markers, if you want to have an options for your bullet journal, or perhaps for doing some quick sketches and you just have it in your purse, probably this one works for you or making original art and selling it. Please, this is a no-no. This thing bleeds a lot, even though they don't move when you do your sketch with your pencil and then the eraser with the eraser that you get from it. Please don't do it. Just don't. You know, I think I'm just going to use this eraser to do some stamps, because really with this material probably it's not the best idea to continue using it as an eraser. If you want to see me doing stamp with this, leave a comment and a thumbs up, and I will know you want to see how I do my own stamps with erasers, with really this cheap eraser. I think it's really, and it's really sturdy, so I think this is the best quality for doing this stamp. When it comes to the sketchbook, it's a lot to say. It says it's 125 grams, but it's not. And even though it feels thick, look how it bleeds through the paper. All my markers, my permanent markers. This is just incredibly sad. Well, at least my writing pens are not bleeding through my paper, otherwise it would be even more disappointing. But you know, this is what you get. You pay $3 for this, you pay $2 and $2 and $2 and 50 cents, so that's what you get. If you want to get something from HEMA, my personal opinion, get the sharpeners, very good ones for what you're paying. You're paying 50 cents for each. I think this one was €3 or €1, I'm not sure. But the quality of those two is better than the one from this one, I already said it. The pencils are a good investment if you don't want to spend too much money. And the markers, if you don't mind, they do this to your paper, to a bullet journal, or to any kind of journal you want to use it, just go ahead and try it out. I will not do it. This is shit. So I'm sorry to be very harsh and to think that perhaps I'm very harsh with these materials, but you see what they are doing. It's just not the best one. My recommendation, get only those two things from HEMA. Totally recommend them. This dual fine liner is good also because it doesn't bleed through the paper, so in fact you can do actually cool sketches with it and it's not going to bleed through your paper. So this is a good investment too, to do some quick sketches and have it in your purse. When it comes to the permanent markers, a no-no. This sharpener, a no-no. And any kinds of pens and pencil and color pencils, please, this is a no-no, okay? So this was my HEMA review about trying out HEMA HEMA art supplies review, and I hope you like it. If you like more videos like this, please give me a thumbs up, give me a comment full of love, and let me know which other store do you want me to try next, because this is really fun for me, and every time I go and buy more art supplies, I always get super excited about it. I have to admit, this is uber cute, and I just think I'm going to use it for putting any kinds of things, for using it for convention times, and I'm really happy with this one. So I hope you enjoy videos like this, and see you next time. Goodbye, curiosas. Bye.